Hello, this is Quick Skills, and today we're taking a look at the Super Nintendo category for the Super Console X4 Pro. This is a retro console that you can purchase on Aliexpress. I'll be sure to leave you a link here so that you can purchase this device for yourself. And once you receive it, you'll be able to play Super Nintendo games just like you see here today. Now, this device comes included with over 3,700 ROMs. We're only going to be looking at Super Nintendo today, but if you are curious to see what else comes included with this device, go to my channel. I do have a review of the Super Console X4 Pro, and it does show you an overview of everything that comes included, but take a look at all these Super Nintendo games. There's over 3,700. I don't remember playing more than like 100 of them, and I grew up with the Super Nintendo, so I feel like I should have played a lot of these games, but a lot of these are gonna be new to me. I've never played them. But let's just go ahead and jump into some classics. Here we have Donkey Kong Country. I do have the sound muted on this device, and that's particularly for copyright reasons. Some of these games like Donkey Kong are gonna have licensed music, and I just don't want to get any kind of copyright infringements. So here we can see Donkey Kong is loading up. We have those bevels on the left and right of the screen, so if you're playing on a widescreen television, the bevels are going to keep you with the same ratio, but then filling in the gaps. You can turn those off. Also, you can see that the screen looks a little pixelated. What it's doing is it's emulating the CRT experience where you have a little bit more pixelation on the screen. That can be toggled on and off as well. So if you're not a fan of that pixelation, you can turn it off. And here we have Donkey Kong. Just testing all the buttons. Everything looks to be working well. And when you map your controller, you can change which button is where, but for the most part, everything is going to be where you would expect it to be without much configuring. Here we can see we switched over to Diddy Kong, and this game is working beautifully. And if I hold a button down, I'm running. Oh, if I hold a button down, I'm running, and if I let go of it, I'm kind of walking there. So you can see I'm tapping to roll, running, holding the button down to run, and we are jumping. And so Donkey Kong is working just fine. Here we have Diddy Kong right there. So let's jump into another game, see what else is on this Super Console X4 Pro. And this is all one continuous take. I am not going to be cutting any of this, just to show you how quickly the games load, how quickly you can jump from one game to the next. So you can see here, of that 3,700 games, some of them are going to be duplicates. So we have Eek the Cat Europe and Eek the Cat USA. So there's going to be subtle differences between the two, but both ROMs are there included in case you want to test either one out. And so we have Eek the Cat loading up. This is exactly how it looks here on the screen. I am capturing everything in real time with no edits. And there's Eek the Cat, pushing start. See how quick we can get into a game. This is the Super Nintendo on the Super Console X4 Pro. This is a pretty nifty device for $60. If you just played Super Nintendo games, you're definitely going to get your money out of it. But there are a ton of games that are not included. And one thing that is interesting about this one is the picture's kind of dark, and I don't know if that's intentional, like if we're like in nighttime in this game, but like you saw with Donkey Kong, it wasn't dark. So again, I'm doing this all in one continuous take to show, you know, the authentic nature of this video. But I never played Eek the Cat, so I don't know if this is normal, like if we're playing at twilight or something, but the picture does look a little dark. Let's go ahead and jump into another game. And so all we do to exit out is hit select and start at the same time, and you just tap it twice, and that'll get you out and into a new game. So let's jump into F-Zero. That's a classic Nintendo game. All the Zeldas are on here as well, so if you like Link to the Past, that's going to be in here. And there's also a whole hacked category which make changes to the game. So the color of this game looks to be fine. I don't know if that was just Eek the Cat just being dark, but here we can see F-Zero is looking good. I'm using the shoulder buttons to turn. So the shoulder buttons are working the way they're supposed to. And I know I'm not playing very good, but I'm just trying to test the buttons. So like if I hold the right shoulder and turn, you can see my ship kind of scrapes the ground a little bit. But if I just, I hit the ramp. If I just turn left or right without pushing the shoulder buttons, the ship doesn't drag on the ground. So I was just testing that function there. Let's try that again. Yeah, this game was hard. I mean, you blow up and you're done. So we're gonna test that. So here I'm holding the right, and you can see I drag a little bit. Now I'm holding the left, I'm dragging there. So yeah, everything is working just the way I would expect it to. Let's go ahead and jump to another Super Nintendo game. Let's check out the hacked category and see what's in the hacked category. And I don't know what makes it hacked, but if we go in here, you can see there are some games that are on here. So we just played Donkey Kong Country, so let's see what the hacked Donkey Kong Country looks like. Loading it up, and I would say if you are playing a hack, don't be surprised if it doesn't work. Boss Blitz. Okay, so that's cool. So this is a version that just basically takes you straight to the bosses. You don't have to play through the game. You can just go from one boss to the next, and I think there's a time element involved with it too. So this is a pretty cool hack, because you can see here I don't have to play through the game. I'm already fighting the raccoon, and if I lose lives, it kind of shoots you back to the beginning. But it's kind of a gauntlet style game where you're just trying to survive as long as possible and defeat one boss to the next. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bosses, and it takes your time to see how long it takes you to beat all the bosses. So that's a pretty cool little hack there. Let's see what else we got. Oh, we just played F-Zero, so let's try this F-Zero. And you can see there's multiple F-Zero, so the hacks are going to be different for each entry there. So here we go, and it says this is Star Crackers. I don't know what that means, but let's just see. I'm going to take a guess. It's probably new maps. So let's see. This looks to be what we just jumped into. Not sure what makes this a ROM or a hack. Pushing the buttons, everything seems to be the same. I wonder if there's just a little bit of, maybe forgiveness on blowing up to where you can crash more, or you have, I don't know what makes this one a hack, but let's just jump right into the next one, see if that changes anything. Here we go, we're loading it up. If you've made it this far, drop me the lost track. So yeah, these are new tracks that if you love the Super Nintendo F-Zero game, it looks like you're going to be able to play new tracks. And you can see on the map, it looks like we're in the same world, but if you look at the bottom left hand corner, the map is different. There's a big jump that we're going to be hitting. So yeah, I mean, this is a hack of some new maps that were not included in the original SNES version, and the only way to play them is through emulation. So we got the lost tracks loaded. Oh, I did not have enough speed for that. So anyways, let's jump out of there. Let's see if there's anything else in here that looks interesting to play. We got some Final Fantasies. Those seem to be a little bit time consuming to jump in. Here we have a Killer Instinct. Let's see what the hack is for Killer Instinct. Loading that up. But if you do make it this far in the video, drop me a comment. Let me know what your favorite Super Nintendo game is. If you are going to buy this system, let me know. And if you have any trouble playing this device, you can always drop me a comment and let me know if you have any difficulty running this device, or if you have any questions about how to do something. I have no problem troubleshooting this for you. This is going to be my last game that I test out. I'm not sure what makes this a hack, but this looks like plain old Killer Instinct. Everything seems to be working the way I remember. And I haven't played this game in a long time, so I'm not going to be able to bust out any combos or anything like that. But Jago was my favorite. Oh, there we go. Kind of like riding a bike. So this is Quick Skills. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this close look of the Super Nintendo console on the Super Console X4 Pro. I have no doubts that if you buy this device for Super Nintendo games, you're going to have a lot of fun. There are different sizes of memory card you can purchase. If you're focused mainly on NES and Super Nintendo, go ahead and get the smaller SD card. But if you think you might want the whole experience, get the 256 SD card, especially if you're only going to be buying one of these devices, which why would you buy more? Get the bigger SD card. That way you don't have to worry about it. Oh, so this looks like a speed entry, so you can see how fast you can beat through it. So that's the hack there. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. You have a good day.